After 10 years of marriage, you think you know every corner of your partner's mind, every rhythm of your shared life. You've weathered arguments, long silences, small joys, and fleeting laughter that reminds you why you committed to each other. But nothing could have prepared me for the night Anna, my wife, leaned across the dinner table and calmly said words that shattered the world I thought I understood. "I think we should explore polyamory," she said. For a moment I couldn't even respond. I set my fork down, blinking, trying to make sense of what I'd just heard. Her tone was gentle, yet steady, like she had rehearsed this declaration for days. "Excuse me?" I managed, unsure if she was serious. "You heard me," she said, her gaze fixed on mine. "I think it's time we open up our marriage, see what else is out there." The room became almost unbearably quiet. My pulse raced. My initial reaction was confusion, maybe even shock. Polyamory? This was the same woman who had once chastised me for noticing the waitress for a second too long. Now she wanted us to invite others into the sacred space of our marriage. I leaned back, torn between anger and an odd flicker of curiosity. Beneath it all, though, there was relief. Because Anna didn't know that Rachel, her closest friend since college, had already been quietly pulling me aside. Over the years, Rachel had become almost like family. She was different from Anna, softer, warmer, someone who could listen without judgment. Over time, we had cultivated a subtle understanding, quiet moments that lingered just a bit too long, glances that said more than words ever could. It was never about replacing Anna, at least not consciously, but it was connection in a way I hadn't felt for years. So when Anna laid out her proposal, I didn't panic. I didn't argue. I didn't hesitate. I simply said, "Perfect." Rachel already agreed. Her composure cracked immediately. "Wait, what do you mean?" I leaned forward, calm but resolute. "Exactly what it sounds like. If we're opening things up, know this. Rachel and I have already spoken about it. She's on board." Color drained from her face. Anna, always the one who commanded every room, who held every conversation at the tip of her tongue, was now silent. "You, Rachel?" she whispered, disbelief lacing her tone. "Yes," I said. "Your friend. She's been here watching, listening, understanding in ways that, well, that maybe you've forgotten how to." The tension in the room was almost tangible. For the first time in years, I felt a subtle shift in the balance of power. Anna slammed her glass onto the table. "This isn't what I meant," she said sharply. "I thought we'd explore, together. With rules. Not you running off with my best friend." I let out a short, bitter laugh. "Funny, isn't it? You opened the door. You just didn't expect me to walk through it first." The truth was, I hadn't planned to reveal it like that. But all the years of feeling unseen, dismissed, pushed aside, had built to this single moment. And the connection I had quietly nurtured with Rachel finally had room to breathe. In the following weeks, things were strained. Anna tried to retract her words, to make it seem like she hadn't meant them. But words once spoken can't be erased. Meanwhile, Rachel and I grew closer. What began as long conversations and casual meetups evolved into something undeniable. She confessed feelings she had long buried out of loyalty to Anna. And slowly, inevitably, we crossed a line we both knew was there all along. When the night came that it finally happened, it wasn't impulsive or reckless. It was quiet, gentle, and profoundly real. For the first time in years, I felt truly seen and desired. Of course, Anna found out. There were tears, yelling, accusations. But every time she framed herself as the wounded party, I reminded her, gently but firmly, "You opened the door. This is what you asked for." Our marriage did not survive the upheaval. Perhaps it was already unraveling long before polyamory was ever mentioned. But I was no longer trapped in silence and neglect. With Rachel, I discovered warmth, understanding, and respect, the things I had been missing. Looking back, Anna's suggestion was both an ending and a beginning. She believed she was claiming freedom, but in reality she unlocked mine. And when I said Rachel had already agreed, it wasn't bravado. It was truth. For the first time I chose myself. I chose life.